more shit you didn't know when you got your brain tumor diagnosis. There may be additional procedures that you have to do prior to what we'll call the big brain surgery. By the way, this is JD to give you something precious to look at while we talk about other things. So I have to have what's called an angiogram tomorrow. I think that's pretty common for people with brain tumors. If you have a brain tumor, you might want to ask your neurosurgeon about your angiogram. Basically, my brain tumor has developed its own system of blood supply because she's a greedy bitch. Drucilla is just fucking greedy. So we have to take some type of thing and put it up through my groin, which sounds horrifying. And then they thread it up into Drucilla to check things out up there. I don't know if they shoot dye up there or what. Anyway, we're going to figure out what her blood supply issue is because that's what we do prior to the big brain surgery. So I run, bike, and swim. I'm a very active person, and I strength train. And I have a half Ironman coming up in a few weeks. So when my neurosurgeon first said, do you have a brain tumor? Before he got very far into the diagnosis, I was like, hey, hold up. I have a half Ironman event in a few weeks. Here's the deal. Last year, as we all know, was the year of coronavirus. So all of the races were canceled. So no races last year. And this is my first race of the season. Most people are going to be like, this is so inconsequential. Who fucking cares about your stupid triathlons? I care about them. And it just so happens that this was, it has been a dream of mine for a really long time. And, it was to kick off my race season this year. We all have different dreams. This was mine. And I have spent years training, and the thousands of hours and the thousands of miles that I have been training for this one race is insanity. Just craziness. That's why, again, when my doctors are like, what does your usual week look like? And I tell them, they're like, wow, you are probably the healthiest person we know. And also, anyway, not comparing myself to anyone else. So this was kind of the first thing that Drucilla, the brain tumor, has stolen, was my Ironman dream. Because tomorrow, when I go in for my angiogram, I called in advance today to say, when can I run, bike, swim again? Because I have this Ironman race in a few weeks, and I need to stay on a training plan, and got this stuff. And when they gave me the news about that, it was the first realization that I had that I'm not going to be able to do that race. That's just not going to happen. So I, even though it was raining today, I went for a run, and I just got back from my run because after tomorrow it's going to be a long time before I can run again. A long time for me is 2 days. So it's probably going to be at least a week before I can go out and run. Running for me is a big escape. I feel good. Recently I ran my fastest 10 miles ever at the age of 51. I am faster than I was at 21, which is pretty cool. I have been coached by a new system of artificial intelligence Like, that's how deep I am into this. I signed up for this AI program that based on my heart rate, and don't even get me started on this triathlete shit, or I will just go down a rabbit hole of boring that. Anyway, it was a big deal. I was on this artificial intelligence coaching program, trying that out, and so this AI program would develop my training plan every day for me to tell me how fast I needed to run, bike, swim, and how long I need to do it, the drills it prescribed, the strength training, and everything, so that I could do my Ironman races as fast as possible without getting injured, and training as few hours a week as possible. Just a little side note, my significant other is a cyclist, and he doesn't understand why I want to do the fucking bare minimum. I'm like, what, you want to do the max? What do I want to do? Be like a one-dimensional person who only does triathlons? No, I have other interests as well. I want to be as fast as I can, but I only want to train up to that point, right? Like that makes, anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. 6 minutes into this video, and so far it's been about triathlons. Anyway, it really is about how Drucilla, the brain tumor, has, looks like, taken this race away from me. When I talked to my neurosurgeon about it, he told me not to cancel it yet, because that I might be able to do it. I might be able to work around it. He wasn't really sure yet, because we don't know that much. But tomorrow at 9 a.m. I have my angiogram. And I can't run, bike, or swim for at least a week after that. I know it sounds silly, but it was really important to me. So Drucilla is already in there smashing up dreams and shit. Anyway, I will post happier videos later, hopefully. But I did go for a run regardless, because I was like, fuck it. I'm going for a run. Yes, I know I have this thing the size of a lime slashing around my head. I know that there is a possibility of seizures. Like, I get all of that, but I'm going to go for a run. And I did. And I just fucking ran. I just ran. And it was awesome. And it was raining. And I loved it. So, fuck you, Drucilla, brain tumor, because I may go out again. As soon as it stops raining, I'll probably go out for another run. But in the meantime, there's a sleeping pit bull. It's the cutest thing in the whole world. More about JD later.